Unauthorized copying is punishable under federal law. It's weekly metal reviews. We're going to finish up this Alice in Chains discography that we've been doing for the past, I don't know how long. T-Dog, this kid, Sam.
This kid.
Today we're finishing it up, like I said, with Alice in Chains and Black Gives Way to Blue, or as Sam calls it, Tits Gives Way to Ass. So this album came out in 2009, and it features a rejuvenated Alice in Chains with a brand new singer, William Duvall. Take it away, partner.
Black.
He's got a fro.
Alright. 14 years ago, Alice in Chains released their self-titled album. And in those 14 years since then, Alice in Chains has done their unplugged thing. Unfortunately, Lane Staley has passed away because of bad decisions in life. But that was 2002. Then around 2005, Mike Inez and Sean Kinney got together for some benefit concert for some tsunami that hit somewhere. Something happened, but they got together for some benefit concert. And I'm like, hey, that was kind of fun. So we should maybe talk to Jerry, do some reunion shows. That would be kind of cool. It's been a while since Lane's passed, so worth a shot. They did a couple reunion shows. It was pretty fun, I guess. They're like, hey, I know this guy, William Duvall. Let's get him in on a couple of these reunion shows. So they bring in William Duvall. You know, I guess shit happens where they play a couple really good concerts, and then I guess like Sean Kinney said he, in some interview, I think, basically what he said was, we love Lane, but I mean, whatever happens, happens. By that, I think he means, like, we haven't been out touring in God knows how long, so we're finally touring again, and this just, everything clicks, and we brought in this new guy who actually really fits in here, and things are looking pretty cool, and they're getting in the groove again. So even though it's 15 years later, 2008, they finally released news saying that they'll have a new album out in 2009. And then Alice in Chains fans go crazy. But about the album, moving on to that now. That's a little background, but then the album came out. First off, I think anyone that's really not into Alice in Chains, you could say, would not know who the hell this is. You could show them something with Lane Staley, they'd be like, alright, this is Alice in Chains. Show them something off Black Gives Way to Blue, I was like, is this a different band? They kind of sound like some band that has an Alice in Chains influence to them, a large Alice in Chains influence. Oh really, that's Alice in Chains again? Really? I didn't know that. Why, you ask? First of all, the flat out thing that anyone's going to say, new singer. So, right off the bat, that starts off a little chain reaction of new singer, they're going to write songs to fit his vocal style, Cantrell's going to do some harmonies with the new singer, which will sound a little different than Lane Staley. Lane Staley's sharp voice isn't there anymore, so William Duvall has this really soulful, powerful voice in a way, and brings a whole new aspect to the band. And by changing the sound to fit Duvall, Jerry Cantrell went to a more hard rock style of playing and riffage and such. But here's the thing, I could say the only downside about this album. I feel Sean Kinney has completely lost his edge. If you look at any song, like No Excuses, like just the beats he would have, like, I was just listening to a song, what is it? Hold on a second. Wait. Looking in View. He just like, just so boring in a way, if you're looking at what he used to do. he's not all over the drums with his like rubber looking arms, and he used to just have so much energy, and I think I used to love paying attention to his drumming on every album. And this one comes along, I really feel he just kind of lost his edge a little bit. I mean, yeah, that was 15 years ago. They've gotten older, but I mean, it's not like what he's playing is the Black Dahlia Murder. I mean, he can still do beats like that. I just feel like, yeah, Jerry changed up the playing a little bit to a more hard rock style, so Kinney thought he would change up his playing a little bit, but I miss the old Sean Kinney. Like, I feel the old Sean Kinney could blow this Sean Kinney out of the water any given day at all. No question about it. But I think Mike Inez, he's still good. He's still a great bassist. Like I said, Jerry switched to a more hard rock style, a more kind of not. It still has the same feel to it. That's the thing. That's the kicker about this album. It still has the same Alice in Chains feel, that semi-dark, depressing feel at points, and they have their really soft songs and their really rockin' songs with groovy riffs and such. But I feel even though he changed up his style a little bit, and the production is, you know, 90s production compared to 2009, you know. You can do the math. But what else have we got here? I'm thinking. Yeah, that's about it, I think. The whole album is really good. Don't get me wrong, it's still good. I just think Sean Kinney has lost his edge a little bit. Cantrell is as good as ever, even though he's playing a little different style. I think they did a great job of incorporating Duvall into the band, really showcasing his talents as the new frontman and not really just kind of putting him in behind Cantrell. I mean, Cantrell has always been sort of second to Lane Staley, and now, you know, you figure Cantrell will get the lead, but he's really just sharing the stage with Duvall, which I think is really, it really says a lot about Cantrell and his, I guess, sportsmanship in a way, you know, just kind of letting the new guy come in and really incorporating him into the band and giving him, but really, like I said, showcasing his talents and such. But I think they did a great job on this album. But I like old Alice in Chains better, I guess, if you could ask anyone from the 90s that have ever listened to them. But I still think this is a really great album.
I too think this is a really good album, and I think it's a very kind of ballsy move, and they really pulled it off to bring in a completely new singer. They could have just continued with Jerry, and I would have been perfectly happy, but they brought in William Duvall, and he does a fantastic job. I really like his vocal style, and it's not Lane Staley, and no one should expect it to be. He's got his own style, and he can sing pretty damn well too. I like Lane Staley more, but I'm not gonna sit here and take a shit on William Duvall just because he's the new Alice in Chains singer now. He does an amazing job, and he has some amazing vocals. Jerry wrote most of the lyrics and music and such, like he always does, but the song A Looking in View and The Last of My Kind, William Duvall had a share in the writing, and these are two very good tracks. The first song I heard that they released, A Looking in View, I loved, and then I listened to the rest of the album. Oh, and Check My Brain, that came out too, and I liked that track too, and the rest of the album came out, and I was just like, yeah, I'm not really feeling this. And that's when it came out, like 2009. And then I started listening to it a little bit more. I heard more songs on the radio and such. I was like, what the hell's wrong with me? This is actually pretty damn good. And then I bought the album, and I just constantly listened to it, and I still listen to it a lot. It's a damn strong Alice in Chains album. Just because this album doesn't have Lane Staley and it's, you know, brand new Alice in Chains, don't let that fool you. This is a fantastic, fantastic release. There's a lot of great material on here. I think the two acoustic songs on here, Your Decision and what is it? When the Sun Rose Again. Those two songs are very powerful. Not that the rest aren't, but I really, really love those two songs. Your Decision is just such a absolutely beautiful song. It is so gentle, it's so elegant, it's so amazingly written. That song really, I feel, just defines this album. And that's my personal favorite song off this album too. The song, the title track, is such a great ending to this album, and it's, you know, written about Lane Staley and everything, and it's just got so much emotion in it, and I love that song too. It's just very powerful, extremely powerful song, and that's probably the most powerful song on this album, and it's just such a very fitting way to send this album off. And, you know, here's Black Gives Way to Blue, you know, that's what it is. And didn't they get Elton John to do the piano? Yeah. So that's just a very big thing to get a big artist like Elton John, you know, he's fucking huge to work with Alice in Chains. Not that Alice in Chains doesn't deserve it, they're not big or anything, you know. But Jerry Cantrell's work is just absolutely at the top of its game again, and his guitar work is fantastic. He's always going to have that amazing guitar tone that I've talked about, and we've talked about really in every single review. The melody here is still there. There's still vocal harmonies, which I find just very strong still, you know. They lose Lane Staley, where they did a bunch of harmonies together that just is a staple of the Alice in Chains sound, and they can still pull it off with a brand new singer. I absolutely love that. And the melody in his guitar work is awesome. I love the little melody in the beginning of Take Her Out. That's just great, you know. He's just got some great riffs, and they're so simple at times too. You know, Your Decision, there's just 3 chords, you know, or 4 chords, pardon me. And, you know, Check My Brain, he's just bending a string a little bit, but it's just got such a great sound to it, and it's just awesome. It's still got that grungy feel to it, and this album isn't as dark as past Alice in Chains album. I mean, it's still got that atmosphere and the darkness to it, but it's not as dark and depressing as some other ones. Although some of the lyrics on this album are just flat out fucking amazing, and just got this a very dark atmosphere to them. I think the songs Acid Bubble and Private Hell are just very depressing songs, and just amazing. It's just an overall a strong album. Don't sleep on this album just because it doesn't have Lane Staley on it. It's awesome. It's one of my favorite Alice in Chains albums. I mean, yes, I love the old stuff a hell of a lot more, but this is a damn good album. I am so excited for their new album, supposedly coming out like late 2012, early 2013, something like that. I'm just excited to see what they do next, and because this is a great step in the right direction, just starting over again pretty much. You know, just getting a great album under their belts, some touring, and now who knows what they're going to do next, but it'll probably be absolutely amazing because this band can pretty much do no wrong.
Really, I have to say, out of the out of their 4 studio albums, I think this is probably the 3rd or 4th best. But by all means, it's not bad. It's still good.
I would probably put this above their self-titled album, but not above Facelift or Dirt. This wraps up the Alice in Chains discography. I hope you all enjoyed it, because we enjoyed it and it was fun. It was cool. We'll hopefully figure out some other discographies that we can do. This Alice in Chains, Black Gives Way to Blue. Check it out. It's awesome. Check Alice in Chains out if you never have. Thanks for subscribing. We love you all. Bye.